Hi, my name is Logan Tart, and this is my content response for Module 1 about the 2 videos we had to watch in Chapter 1 of the textbook. So I'm going to start with the head and heart, and I'll go through each video on each slide and chapter. So for the instructional video, I thought it was very interesting, and the biggest takeaway was that your leadership style can and will need to change on a situational and daily basis. And I think it can be so easy for us as teachers to get in a mindset of the way we want to do things, but life happens and every student is different, and sometimes our leadership style has to change in order to have the best outcome. And then we have to learn to be flexible within that leadership spectrum. And then the Miracle Worker video, very cool, I think, if that's okay to say. And the way he was talking, it kind of made me feel like I'm excited to get out there and have my own classroom. And so what I wrote down was that teachers work hard to explain lessons to students because they care, because they want to work hard, because they want the students to know what they're talking about. And then teaching is definitely not easy, but it is rewarding, and that's very important. And then while reading Chapter 1, the beginning of the chapter talks about experience being key to better teacher instruction, and that scared me a little bit, to be honest, because I'm fearful that I might let down my first group of students as a teacher because maybe I don't know exactly what I'm doing, or am I doing it the right way? And I think that is stressful, and I don't want to cheat those students out of the knowledge that they need to learn. And I am fearful of that, but I feel that when I get into my internship with my partnership teacher, that maybe I'll be more comfortable. And then again, teaching in social, emotional, educational, and collegial context. I thought all of those are very interesting to make sure that we're teaching in a classroom with including all of those contexts. And then motivation is so important within the classroom. If your students aren't motivated to get anything done, then they're not going to get anything done. And I think that goes to say anywhere really, but especially in the classroom. It's good to keep kids motivated. Okay, and so these are the probing questions and what was new to me in the texts. So the instructional video. We must remain aware of what our group or students need while leading. So ask that question to yourself every day. And it kind of goes back to the head and heart, where I said we need to be flexible in our leadership styles, because it depends on what the group is that we're leading, or our students, if it's a PLC group and we're a leader, or anything like that. And I think that that's a good question to ask yourself every day, or even every situation that's in the classroom. And then the Miracle Worker video, when I was watching, and then afterwards when I was thinking about this, what about when we as teachers fail to be miracle workers? Everyone fails, no matter how big or little, and I just think it's important to realize that teachers fail too, and though we're supposed to know everything, put that in quotations because, some students can be like that, but I think that it's important to remind ourselves that we're allowed to fail, because through fail comes growth and learning. And I think that it's important to be a miracle worker, but also to realize that we're not. And then Chapter 1, I read it and I was very interested in doing more research and learning more about all the political mandates that surround the public school system, and how they affect me as a teacher, how they affect my classroom, how they affect the school, how they affect the community, and everything like that. So when I get a minute, I'm going to do further research into that, and so I can be better equipped with that knowledge when I get into my own classroom. And then lastly, content references. So quotes and things that I found interesting from each material. The instructional video, the SMART, it was at 9:55 minute marker. I'll mention that because I know that was in the directions. And so having an attainable goal within a group setting that you need to achieve, it's important to follow those SMART guidelines. So being strategic and specific, measuring your success, making sure it's an attainable goal, be results oriented, and time management. And so I think that is a good acronym to be aware of and to have at my disposal. And then the Miracle Worker video, he mentioned how he loved to teach and speak on love, responsibility, honor, integrity, and telling the truth. And that was at 2:34-minute marker, because I think that just as much as we teach content in the classroom, we also need to be teaching life skills, because these students, we're responsible for them within that hour or hour and a half or 2-hour block of time every day. And the little bit of time that we get with them, we should be impacting their lives so that they, yes, are learning English, but are also learning life skills. And then chapter 1, this quote, children and adolescents view the use of personal computers and other peripheral equipment as a game or challenge. And I'm not sure that I fully agree with that. You definitely can play games on your personal computer, but I think that nowadays personal computers, tablets, phones, they're seen as entertainment. People look on them to, it can be used as a Kindle, to read books, but that's also a form of entertainment and things like that. And I'm struggling to see how they would really fit in a classroom setting, but I think that will come from experience, and for me being in a classroom where technology is being used and being able to physically see the benefits. And then the next quote, when teachers develop personal teaching styles, they are not especially beneficial to student learning. It is often a result of working in seclusion. And I thought that was very interesting, because I know that I can sometimes get in a zone where I'm like cranking everything out if it's schoolwork or if I have a responsibility due at work or something like that. And I just block everyone out, everything out. I don't look for help. I don't ask for help. And that can be a burden. But really that can cause me to fail, because I think that I just need to become more aware that help is out there and I need it. Whether or not I realize it, I need it. And it's going to be more beneficial to my students when I am asking other teachers about how they might would handle a situation, or how they might would teach this book, or have you taught this book before and what do you think? And it's going to help the student out when they have a better, well-rounded style of teaching. And I think that comes from asking for help and advice. Okay, and then the last quote, and I kind of went in descending order, so page 16, 9, and 5, but the last quote, the best teachers are lifelong learners as well. And I totally agree with that, and I myself feel like a lifelong learner. I try to learn something new every single day, whether it's a little Jeopardy question or something like that. I love having that knowledge at my fingertips. And then for me, again, like I say, I struggle a little bit with technology. I think that I need to learn more about technology. I need to, because it is in the classroom, and when I get out there and I have to deal with this technology, I don't want to be leaning on my students for help when they're the ones who are supposed to be looking to me. So I think that is very important for me to keep in mind. So that was my content response for Module 1. Thank you.